this morning. It is still good morning, Anambra, and my name is Teli Jama. Though I've been joined by another person, a very big guest this morning that is going to join me to talk about what we'll have for you today, which is a book launch, reflections of an Octogenarion on youth development. That's the topic we're going to look
Youth
at.
development and education.
That's the topic we're going to look at this morning. And the guest that has joined me this morning is Comrade Obunikem Asuzu. Comrade Obunikem Asuzu is the author, Reflections of an Octogenarion on Youth Development.
And education.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, now that we are here, sir, can you please tell us who you are, apart from what I said about you now? What test are we supposed to know you for?
My names, as I mentioned earlier, are Obunikem Asuzu. I'm a native of Okeja, in Ihala local government. I have been so many things in this life, but my mission or my ministry in life is developing young people. I have been a teacher.
I want to hear those things you've been before now.
Yes, I trained at Institute of Management and Technology in Fine and Applied Arts, and immediately after that, I became pioneer teacher in Fine and Applied Arts at Oruku Grammar School, Igobike Grammar School, Lake City Girls Secondary School, Nri. These are the three major places I taught Fine and Applied Arts. And of course, Girls Secondary School, Amawabia, where I retired in the year 2001.
Okay. And then when you retired, what were the things that you ventured into as your retirement plan?
When as a teacher, I was a scout leader and a trainer for that matter. I was combining teaching and scouting. So when I retired into full scouting, and that gave me the platform for my ministry in youth development. So I was, first of all, a scout leader. That is the basic. Then from scout leading, I had so many trainings in scouting, and finally I was appointed the State Training Commissioner for Scouts Association of Nigeria. I was there for a very long time, and eventually I became an assistant state commissioner in Anambra State. And when I'm talking about Anambra State, you know, we had two Anambra States.
Old Anambra.
Yes, old and new Anambra State. I became State Training Commissioner from the old Anambra State to new Anambra State. And I was there until I finally became the Assistant National Training Commissioner for Southeast.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you what was it that made you develop this kind of keen interest in youth. But you have told me that it started from the scouting business that you had to do, because it has to do with youth actually. Okay, so perhaps that's where that one came out from. But apart from that, what other things were the things that made you develop this kind of interest in youth or youth development?
Well, I'm an Igbo man.
I know.
And every Igbo man has what is called Agu, which in Christian parlance we call it Holy Spirit, that guides you in whatever mission you have come to perform in this world. So my ministry, like I said, has to do with developing young people. Probably that was what pushed me into teaching initially. And when I concluded my mission as a teacher, I went into scouting, where I found a whole lot of interest in making young people become responsible citizens.
Okay. Become responsible citizens. That's the basis of all this interest you have for them.
Yes.
And now, what areas of life have you been able to engage these youths to ensure that they become responsible citizens, apart from scouting?
I don't know how to separate them, but they are inseparable.
Go ahead, sir.
They are inseparable. Once a teacher, you are always a teacher. Once a scout, you're always a scout. And what is involved in youth development is passing knowledge from one generation to the other. And this is what I have been doing right from childhood. As soon as I came out from school, my interest is in organizing these young people and helping them to know themselves, helping them to find something doing, helping them to really see life as it should be.
Okay, and I know by now you would have had a lot of disciples, okay, a whole lot of them, or apostles, people that passed through you during this training, apart from the ones that passed through you while you were teaching. And now that when you left teaching and concentrated on scouting, okay, so what areas of life can you say that these people are occupying now?
I have so many children
Okay.
in the field now. Right from school stage, I know I have so many people that passed through me who are now doctors and professors in various universities, both home and abroad. And most of them also passing through the school and passing through scouting. And they are in a position to tell the world what this knowledge they acquired is doing, is helping them to do in their lives.
Okay.
Yes.
Passing through school and through scouting. Okay, let's look at what you acquire as a scouter. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the things that you teach them? Or what do you expect to see from them at the end of, having passed through scouting? You understand my question?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, scouting is has a curriculum that, delivered in stages. We have curriculum for children between the ages of 8 and 12. We have from 13 to 15. We have from 16 to 25 or thereabout. So within these schemes, you look at the psychology of the children, you know what they require at each stage, and you prepare their training program based on that. And the programs we prepare, run both in theory and in practice. After taking them through the theory, you take them to the field to put what they have learned in theory into practice. And that makes a whole lot of difference. When you teach a child and just give out a note, except that child refers back to the note, it will be difficult for him to remember exactly what was taught in the class. But after teaching, and you take the child out to the field to put those things he has learned into practice, it is easier for them to
learn,
to internalize whatever they have learned.
Okay, do you know, when I hear Scouts, what really comes to my mind is maybe the Boys Brigade in Anglican Communion, and then Man Who Was, and those paramilitary training. Apart from that, what else do they learn?
Wow! If you permit me, I say that Scouting is a school of life. There is no aspect of life that Scouting does not drill the children in. There is something we call pioneering. Any scout that is brought up very well in pioneering, finds easy entrance to either the military or navy, because it has to do with rope walks. We also do map reading. And that is something else that military people like in somebody they want to recruit into these things. So a whole lot. We teach how to cook. We teach how to survive in difficult areas in the bush. We teach how to, maintain personal cleanliness. We teach how to keep areas clean. I mean, a whole lot of things we learn in scouting. In fact, anybody that is a good scout is capable of, fitting into any area of life.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have a book at my hand, which I just looked at and I saw your name there. You are the author of this book, Reflections of an Octogenarion on Youth Development and Education, written by Chief Obunikem Asoso. That's how you pronounce your name.
Yes.
Generally, we'll call it Asoso. So Asoso. Okay, that's the book now. I want to ask you, apart from what you have discussed, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, in the course of my training young people, I discovered that government was not forthcoming in providing the platform for proper training of young people. So from time to time, I settled down to write what I feel should make the government react or formulate policies that will help in developing young people. If you look through the book, you find various headings that, a kind of advice to the government as to how to improve the lot of young people through youth development, programs, and education. This is what informed and I was writing these materials and sending them to ABS here for as news talks. And in fact, I started this program with ABS in 1997.
Wow.
And the last of my news talks here was in 2021. And this was handled by Gab Opaliza.
Okay.
The first one was a case for the reintroduction of youth development program in schools.
Okay.
Second, the need for moral regeneration in Nigeria. Third, a case for reintroduction of youth development programs in schools. Fourth, the National Youth Award Scheme, a catalyst for youth development. 5, reintroducing youth development program in schools. 6, strengthening the youth development sector in the country. 7, addressing the problems of our youths. 8, Children's and Youth Day celebrations, a moment of reflection. 9, a strategy for youth development in Anambra State. 10, government/civil society partnership, a sine qua non for education development. So these are news talks I wrote, and it was read in this studio. And at this my old age now, I decided to put them together, and it came out in this book.
So that a lot of people, those of us that did not, that were not here or did not hear it the time they were read, can now pick it as a booklet and go through it. But I don't know. But let's just look at this one before we get to other things we have to talk about today. A strategy for youth development in Anambra State. I think it's the 9th one. Okay, what do you think are these strategies? At least let's have one or two of them of youth development in Anambra State.
Well, there are a lot of strategies that can be used. I have mentioned some of them earlier. You know, in the days gone by, there are certain organizations, that is extracurricular organizations in various schools, that engage young people outside the normal classroom affair. And it is in these extracurricular activities that young people learn a lot of life issues that are not contained in the ordinary lesson in the school. So,
go ahead, sir.
So there are a lot of strategies I think should be employed.
Okay.
I remember bringing the National Youth Council of Nigeria from the old Anambra State to the present Anambra State.
Okay.
I was the pioneer chairman of the National Youth Council.
Wow.
And
wow, you didn't tell me this earlier.
And it was during that period that these ideas that are contained in this book were developed. And most of the strategies I described in this book for people who care to make use of. I cannot read
I know.
read them.
I know,
often.
and a whole lot of things has happened, especially in Anambra State, where education has evolved over the years. A lot of things have been introduced into the system. There's this is what, like they say, this is the computer age. A whole lot of things, a whole lot of strategies has been placed, including these ones that you have said, to ensure that we have good education. Of course, Anambra State is doing very well educationally in the nation. Okay, that's supposed to say that now, Ichabande gola kwi biana Anambra, Ichabande nwele go eba, ifo bone chodi eba, you got to go. After all, now, when Chinua Achebe was going around the world with his name, other people were still hiding, in their mother's kitchen. So Anambra is a place that you cannot put under the table.
No. As far as education is concerned.
So we thank you. I really want to thank you for putting this together. It's a big one. I think it was about 65 pages. And if anybody wants to get it, how can we get it? What are the channels through which anybody can get this one? Because I think it's important for us to go around.
Well, in the first place, we are getting set to launch the book.
Okay, this is the book you are launching.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the launching. So when is it coming out?
The launching is coming up on the 11th of April.
Oh, so
That is next Tuesday, Easter Tuesday.
Okay.
And coincidentally, it falls on the day I celebrate my 82nd birthday.
Wow. Okay, I wanted to 87. When I saw Octogenarion, I was just saying 80 years. Okay, maybe he's just trying to slip into 80. So 82nd.
Yes, birthday.
And you're looking good.
Thank you very much.
I hope we're going to look like this when we get to your age.
Well,
Can
maybe.
you tell us a little secret why, apart from scouting, because I know all soldiers so they die. So little secret why you were able to keep this strong, okay, at 82.
Well, I must be frank.
What do you eat? What do you drink?
I eat normal food, normal Igbo diet.
You eat that food.
Yes. And lately, I take delight in my native drink. We call it adobe.
Oh, what is that one like?
Adobe, generally they call it kai kai.
Okay.
But in our own
Diet.
parlance, we call it adobe.
Okay.
This is such a natural drink that when you take it, not too much, just a shot every day. Okay. You use it in saying our morning prayers and all that. Then next thing is you take your normal exercises.
Okay, you still exercise?
Of course, yes.
Oh, really? So what kind of exercise can you do now? You walk?
I walk.
Okay.
In fact, I walk this time because jogging was in those days.
No, you can't jog now.
Even if I jog now, it's a very short distance I can jog.
I know.
I was privileged to spend part of my time as a police officer. I was trained in Southern Police College, Ikeja.
After retiring as a teacher?
No, before then.
Oh, okay.
Then I was posted to Port Harcourt as a police officer. I worked as a police officer up to the war time. And I had a lateral transfer from police to Biafran Army. In Biafran Army, I fought at Bonny sector, where I fought and was captured as a war prisoner.
Wow.
I was taken to Lagos with a whole lot of other prisoners, where we spent our time,
Like how many days?
Throughout the war. We were captured in 1967.
As the war broke out.
You know, it was in Bonny that the federal troops struck the first time. And we were the first person.
Bonny is in River State?
Yes,
okay.
River State.
Okay.
So we were taken from there to Lagos, and we were kept in Kirikiri prisons as war prisoners.
Shit. Are you saying that all these have contributed to your strength?
Of course, yes, you know. There was no dull moment for us.
I know. We're still looking for the secret of this looks at 82. Okay, you say you eat normal Igbo food. You can eat food, eat apple, eat G.
Mm-hmm.
What other things?
I
want to know, because at this age, it may be going too local. When you say normal Igbo, ndi madache mo gari na whatever.
Apple. G. I want the okay.
G abana or G nkete.
G nkete, G abi. I mean, obro G abi. G
normal G, abro G abana.
Ana kwa nke asụrụ asụ with ofe nsala na azụ.
I want to be like this at 80. So let me take
Maka na ndị bayi na akwụkwọ azụ.
Ofe nsala na azụ. Ndị Okija na akụ azụ na enwe mmiri.
Mmiri gbayo okirikiri. Ndị a nọ ụlọ asọ Okija.
Okay, ụlọ asọ Okija.
Which empties into the ocean.
So ndị ji ofe nsala. Azụ ndụ. Azụ akụta na mmiri na ọ bụrụ ndị a na-eme na backyard. You know?
So these are the things.
Ị na-ene onwe gị anya. Ọ dị maka anyị na-achekwa back to n'akwụkwọ anyị ga-launch on Tuesday 11th of April. Then ka ebe ọ ga-adị mee?
Ọ ga-adị mee na Kennedy Library. Ọka here. Next compound here.
Yes, I know. I know. Kennedy Library. Okay, time?
Time is 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Kedu ndị a na-atụ anya ga-abịa nụ?
Well, Ima, this is a youth affair.
Yes.
And I joined the National Youth Council of Nigeria.
Okay.
And I joined the Scouts.
And
I joined all uniform youth organizations.
Wow.
Then my past students will be coming from all over the place. Oh, they are representatives, Gabian.
On a platform.
On a platform.
Oh, really?
Manding
Henry, Manding Kamobia.
Ndị the show, ndị Igwebike Grammar School.
Igwebike Grammar School.
And Oruku Grammar School.
Oruku, okay.
I taught at Octogenarion Grammar School. I taught at Amobia Girls Secondary School, and so on. But Imago, they are home. How they take issues.
So you put 5,000 men, excluding women and children.
No.
Right from the Bible.
Those places in Kuzi, they have not organized themselves into groups that can
be
invited for this kind of.
But the urban go now more girls, and they pass through this Dogu and whatever. In go na oga lunch and then that day bukwa birthday 82nd birthday. Go ebe no Monday go na mo be Monday go ndị abịa organize Monday nke go na nri if it was in Kenya.
Lake City
nri. And then ndị nke ọrụ ukwu ndị nke ọrabike ebe ọ bụ no. Onye isi your mentor Melon, my professor said there Melon Efonubu. Unu ma afugo unu ga join ya on 11th, yes, that's Tuesday, next week Tuesday, 11th of April, 2023 at Kennedy Library, just very close to ABS, near Aroma here, okay, to celebrate this great man. I think he's a very great man if you have listened to what we have been saying since he came in. I'd like to thank you very much, sir. Is there any other thing we want to know? Apart from all the groups that are coming, did you invite the government? Can you get the chairman?
Well, the chairman is coming from Anambra University.
Okay.
A professor of science there. Then is your chief here that will be the book reviewer?
Who is our chief?
Hmm?
Our chief?
Okay,
you mean my MD? Okay,
He's
okay. Okay, let me
book.
see the card. They just sent in the card now. Okay, the chairman is going to be Professor Izuchukwu Ignatius Ubiade, HOD Applied Geophysics, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka.
Yeah.
And then book reviewer is Honorable Chido Obidiegu Agujiogene, MD Anambra Broadcasting Service, Oka. And then a whole lot of people that will be coming. These are the key players that day. So I'm sure a lot of people will be coming from the government sector, from the Okijagabia.
No, Okijagabia.
That day.
Why not? When a special music group that will perform there.
Oh, really? It's going to be a big occasion.
No, it's going to be
Easter
a big
Monday, then Easter Tuesday. I'm sure you don't have any other place to go than to.
There are a lot of people that are very willing to come and celebrate me alive.
You want to be celebrated. You are. Okay, is there anything you want to tell us again before we round off?
No, like we have already said, I'm inviting all the people that have my interest at heart to come and felicitate with me, to come and cheer me up, because your presence will add some days or years to what I am already.
I love to hear that. No, you're going to stay long. You're very strong. You're going to maybe in some time in the next 8 years we'll still gather to celebrate your 90th birthday, and just like that, it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. In those days in the Bible, I said, oh, you want 300 and something years. Get there 200. Why not done something like that now? You have an idea?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
From my life history, a stage came when I started asking God, why am I still alive?
Uh-oh.
Because if I
We're still padding your age.
if I share my experience, particularly at the war field and at the war prisoners camp, you can't imagine that I should be alive by
Having
this time.
passed
So
through
I
all
started asking God, why are you still keeping me alive? And he told me that I have not finished my mission. And maybe what I am doing now is part of it.
It's part of it. I know.
It's part of it, because after the war was when I really got into what God wanted me to do. And I've been doing it with joy and commitment, you know. I have passion for youth development.
Passion, very important. Whatever you are doing in life.
Passion for youth development. That is why I was pioneer chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria for almost 8 years without any subvention from the government. I was funding the organization from my pocket.
Wow.
And I was able to lay the kind of foundation, even though the current guys have come to turn the whole thing upside down.
What do you expect?
So,
we celebrate you.
Thank you very much.
We celebrate you. You're a great man.
Thank you very much.
And I pray that God will keep you alive for a longer period of time so that we'll keep tapping from your wealth of knowledge.
They keep telling me that I have not finished my mission. So
no, you have
I'm
not.
not hoping to die anytime soon.
No, you are not. You have not really finished. You see it. If you have not taken anything away from here, take passion. Whatever you are doing, do it with passion.
Yes.
As a cameraman, passion. Broadcaster, a policeman, a government official, everything you are doing, not just what am I going to gain from it first. Did you hear that? He ran a whole organization for 8 years without any subvention from anywhere. This is a great feat. Okay? So thank you very much for coming again.
Thanks for having me here.
Yes. And we'll keep having you. That's where we celebrate our senior citizens, because we have really worked for the nation. So you are what we celebrated. He celebrated, man, they celebrate. You got to go. Dalo Chief.
That's
exactly what I was looking for. Chief Obunikem Asozo. Iotago is the author of Reflections of an Octogenarion on Youth Development and Education.
I thought you would ask me the meaning of M-O-Y-N.
Okay. Ajo Kwangi. So what is it? Briefly before we go.
The meaning is member, order of youth mentors.
Really? Member, order of youth mentors.
This was conferred.
It's an award?
An award.
Oh, really?
By the council, the National Council.
Okay. National Council of Youth.
National Youth Council.
Okay.
The national body.
Okay.
Conferred
this award to you. You deserve more award. You deserve more than this, and I bet you they're coming. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. The camera guys, thank you. The ops director, Amaka, and her crew. Thank you, Ifi, Unachuku, the producer, and the whole of, and then Chido Bidewis, is the executive producer of this flagship program, Good Morning Anambra, that comes every day from Monday to Friday. Thank you very much. And I am your presenter, Ijoma. God will keep us, because we're not in a hurry to go. You heard our Papa said it, that he's not going yet, so I'm not going. So we'll meet tomorrow early, okay? Let's do it again. Bye for now.